Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening to all of you. And again, welcome to my class ADS 510. I hope you all in good health, staying at home. So, firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Shah Pakir Muhammad. So, I'm the resource person for the subject ADS 510, as well as the lecture and the tutorial for some classes. So in this semester we have 10 classes, 4 from BCA class and 6 from the BAS class. And for this semester also, not I'm being what helped by another two lecturer, which is the first will be Sir Fajil Batau, and another one is Mujibur Muiz. Okay, so I'm the resource person for this subject, so I take over uh, the syllabus, doing the questionnaire, and also, so I'm also in charge of doing the final test. Okay, so for this semester, the COVID semester, so we don't have final exam. Okay, so we only have final test. And regardless for the subject, international relations is one of the subjects that I can say is a tough subject because you need to have a background. Okay, to learn international relation, you must have some background. For example, in the political science background, because in IR, in international relation, we play with terms, a lot of terms, political science terms, as well as international relation terms that you need to understand and you need to know. Okay, so these things I hope that if let's say you can't or you don't have any background in terms of political science, maybe you can do self-learnings. Okay, so you try to find a lot of there's a lot of books, and also, you know, try to find a good terms in IR, so you can just dig it in Google. So do self-learning. Okay, so it is an helpful method for you to to follow the journeys. Okay, doing this ADS 5.0 for this semester. Okay, let's not gonna what lose a lot of time. So let's go to discuss about the subject itself. Okay, and for this semester, so again, we have assessment, and also we do have final test. Okay, so our assessment include the 40% for the total mark. So it covers the two tasks that you need to do. First will be the presentation, and then the second will be the assignment. Okay, and then we have 60% for the final test. Okay, for the tutorial, so you might discuss with your tutorial lecturer. So for my part, discuss with me. For Sir Fajil part, you can discuss to Sir Fajil, and then Sir Mujibu, you discuss with Sir Mujibu. Okay, so for the tutorial, I just let the lecturer control the tutorial class. Okay, for the lecture itself, for the lecture itself, so I'm be conducting lecture for BAS, and Sir Fajil will be conducting lecture for ADS 5 ADS PCA lah, 228 AM 228 class. Okay, and for this semester also you have tests. Okay, you have online quiz. It's covered 10% of your final marks. Okay, we'll do it in week 8. I will conducting the test. I will conduct the test. So it is the test or quiz we call it will be conducted in via your future. So So I'm gonna upload the test there. So you just do. So it is true and false. Okay, very easy, very simple. And I will let you know lah. Okay, when I will update to you again on week 5. Okay, so just bear in mind. So you have quiz, you have in terms of tutorial part, you have assignment, which is the written assignment as well as the presentation. Okay, so the three things already covered 40% of your assessment. Okay, the final will be the 60%, which is for this semester. You have to do the final test. So in terms of final test, it has 4 questions. It's long essay, so it has 4 questions. Each question consists 25 marks. So it means you have to answer all. Okay, you have to answer all. So the questions is being written in long essay. So these things I will let you know before the exam. I will give some guideline for you to understand the the terms as well as the how actually you need to do to answer the question. Okay, so I will give you the directions and when and also the guideline. Okay, for the final test. So maybe on week 8 or week 9. Okay, so maybe no, for the final test. So I will give you the guideline on the end of the session. So we'll be on week 12 or week 13 like that. Okay, so that one regardless to your assessment. Okay, for the chapter itself, let we go through the scheme of work. Will be you will be more easier to understand when we go through in the what scheme of work. Okay, so I hope you can see the scheme of work. Okay, so I already upload in uh, Microsoft CS. Okay, Microsoft 365. So for our lecture, I will be conducted in Microsoft 365 MS Team. So make sure for those who didn't join the class group, so please do join the class. So next week we're going to start our first session and the first lecture on first chapter. So bear in mind in terms of lecture class also, uh, we also take note in terms of attendance. So attendance is very important. Okay, so please join the class. Okay, I don't want you to left out from the subject. Okay, because this is the tough subject. It's a serious subject, and this is not like maths or any account subject, which is if you calculated 2 plus 2 will be 4, but in IR 2 plus 2 will not actually be 4. So it is depends on your argument and also logical answer. So that's why I say this is a tricky. Okay, you cannot memorize, you have to understand. So the subject is about understanding the concept, understanding the theory, how actually you applied the concept and the theory to the situation. So this is about the international relation. Okay, because IR is just same like your relationships. Okay, it is about relationships. So for example, human. Okay, so we have our friends, right? So each of every friends we are a different trait that we can give. For example, we have a close friends, we have BFF friends, which is more closer to us. We have just for invitation friends. Okay, for example, if you want to point a group, then only you make friends of them. If you want to, uh, you know, borrow his car or her car, then only you make friends to him, friends with benefits. Yes, okay. So it seems like in nation also. Okay, in IR, international relations also, we have relations, although, for example, Malaysians, we have neighbors, which is Thailand, Indonesia, and Singapore. which always shares border with us, but our relationship with Indonesia, Singapore, and Thailand is far with difference. It is because of first history, because of what? For example, our relationship with Singapore much more better than Thailand because Singapore used to be part of Malaysia. Okay, so between Malaysia and Indonesia, Malaysia and Singapore, Malaysia and Thailand, so the relationship between Malaysia and Indonesia will be more closer than Thailand because Malaysia and Indonesia we are same as a Muslim country, okay, or Muslim state. Okay, in IR we call country is state. Okay, kita panggil negara tu adalah state. Why we call state? Because that is standard for the international relations to subject. Okay, so we used to learn the ambassador language. Okay, IR ni the ambassador language. So we used to learn the ambassador language. We call country, we call state. Okay, jangan ingat state tu negeri pula, negeri mana pula ni, Kelantan ke Kedah ke. No. So state which refer to the country. For example, Singapore is state. Okay, United State. That's why United we call United States of America, right? So we use state. Okay, don't confuse. Okay, this is the term that I ask you to self-learning, because a lot of terms in IR. For example, if I said national interest, what is national interest? What is okay, buffer zone? Okay, but is bipolar? What is bilateral? For example, multipolar. So you need to know. Okay. So because I'm not gonna teach everything, in the subject. So I hope you understand that. Maybe when I go through the slide, maybe one, two terms that I feel that I need to share, then only I share. Okay. For the better, you might do some self learning process. So it will be useful for you in future. Okay. So this is our lecture for this semester. Ahmad Shah, me. Again, we have Safajil and Mujibur Muiz. And let's look at the scheme of work. So we have we have around 9 chapter that we need to finish this semester. Okay, 9 chapter. Okay, starting from the first chapter will be an introduction to international relations. So in this chapter, we're gonna start this chapter next week. Okay, so I'm gonna define what is IR and the significance and also nature of scope of IR. Okay, and then we're gonna move to the next chapter, which is the core principle. Okay, this is also included in introduction. So we're gonna share about the core principle of IR. So what IR is all about. Okay, so this is on week 2, on week third week, or which is on the fourth week of our assessment of our week. So we're gonna see the historical. Okay, this how I merge, why what happened, what is the war that actually shaping the world until the world become right now. Okay, why American become so dominant. Okay, why is IR is so so influenced with Cold War, what is New World Order. So we're gonna touch on that. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to theory of IR. So main basic theory of IR, which is the idealism and realism. So this main two. And then these main two are shaping the new theory, which is a lot. Okay, nowadays, for example, liberalism, democracy, or realism, neorealism, a lot of feminism, dependency theory. So a lot of theory that came out after that. So you don't need to focus everything. Just focus this basic two theory first, because this is the gist of IR. Okay, so we're going to touch on the idealism and also the realism. Okay, and then only we after that we focus the idealism and realism. Then only we go further to the theory of the theories of IR, a lot of theory, for example, Marxism theory, feminism theory and everything lah. Okay, and then on the next chapter, we're going to focus on actor, or in a movie we have actor. Okay, in IR also we have actor, actor that shaping the IR. For example, we have the nation state, intergovernment and NGO lah, we have actors lah. Okay, kita ada actor yang kita panggil state actor. Apa tu state actor? Ada satu lagi tu kita panggil non-state actor. What is non-state actor is all about? Okay, so we're going to learn actor in actor chapter. Okay, so lepas tu kita akan masuk juga international security, power and politics. We're going to touch on power, arm race, the regime, the arm limitation, why actually power is important to the world, why war happens, so why people are really concerned about security, for example, nowadays pandemic happen, right? Why we need to save life, so this is about the securities and powers politics lah. Why do we need state, US wanted to become, until now they are so dominant in the world. Why? So this is what actually that we will analyze and also discuss in a chapter international security and power politics. And then on week 9 we're going to start focusing on conflict, so international conflicts, why war happens, why conflict occurs, level of conflicts, types of conflicts. So we're going to explain everything in the conflict chapter. Then we go to IO, international organization. Mainly we're going to focus on the United Nations, what actually the purpose of UN and why actually UN are so important nowadays. Or is it important or is it not important? So we're going to discuss on this. And then we're going to move to international law, so diplomacy. We're going to touch on foreign policy. Foreign policy is very important to the state. For example, from foreign policy that we gonna know which states are actually stand, their stand, their strategy, and also their policy, okay, towards other state. So that is what we call, if you want to look at the state, you may look at the foreign policy. There you can know, is it this is a realist state or this is a democracy state or the socialist state. Okay, so we're going to look what actually foreign policy is all about. So we have diplomacy, bilateral, multilateral, what the meaning of diplomacy, why we do have diplomacy. So we're going to learn on this also. And then the next will be the IPE, International Political Economy. We're going to touch on the perspective, definitions, and also the development, north-south gap, until now we still have north-south gap. North-south gap means north tu negara kaya, south tu negara miskin. Kalau south ni, kalau dalam konteks IR ni, dia banyak refer kepada negara-negara African. So we call it the less developed state. Kan? Kita ada modern world theory kan, kita ada peri, semi-peri and peri-peri kan. Di mana core semi-peri. So core tu negara first world. Semi-peri tu negara second world and peri-peri will be the third world. So that is IR terms lah. Kalau term yang paling mudah, negara dunia pertama, first world, second world and third world. Okay, so when you are an IR student, you kena tahulah terms tu kan. Okay. And last but not least, so we're going to conclude it in, we're going to discuss on the current issue in IR. Okay, so we're going to touch on terrorism, environmental issue, humanitarian, migration issue, and regional integration. So this concludes our syllabus for the international relations for this semester. So I hope you do some reading first before we doing our lecture. So for my lecture, so we're gonna done it in Microsoft 360 or we call it Microsoft Team. Okay, I know, I understand that you guys are in home and a lot of things that I need to be considerable. For example, the accessibilities and also the connectivity. So in that case, so I would like to say that I will not gonna do the uh, lecture conference, which means we're not gonna follow the timetable that been given. For example, if let's say on Tuesday, right, we have our class which is on 8 to 10. So I understand that not if I do the online class, so I understand that I will not get majorities of the student that can log in, right? And in that considerable, so I would like to say that I will record the video like this. Okay, I will record the video like this, and then I will upload to the Microsoft team and make sure I will open it from Monday to Friday. Okay, Monday to Friday, I will open it from Monday to Friday, and I wanted to make sure that you guys uh, make sure that you guys log in, join the the video and see the video every week. And then please make sure before you see the video, you need to key in the attendance. That is very important. Okay. So I hope when I give you a flexibility for you in terms of this subject, I hope you guys can help me to what to log in and also see the video, view the video, and then at the same time fill the attendance. That's very important. So in this semester, attendance are very important. Again, I said again and again because every week I need to send the attendance to the faculty because they need to analyze which is absent. Bear in mind, in university requirement, you must attend 80% from the attendance. It means that you can absent 2 times only for one semester. So it also applicable to the online learning for this semester. So it means that if you absent, if you not my my attendance calculation are based to the attendance that you feel. Okay, if you fail the attendance, then I will calculate that you are not absent. Okay, you attend the class. Okay, if you not fail the attendance, it means you are not attend the class. Okay, so bear in mind, please fill the attendance. Okay, if you not exceed 80%, you might be prohibited to enter or to do the final test in the final semesters. Okay, so bear in mind. So I again, please help me. Also, let your friends know about this attendance things. Okay, and I hope all of you already joined the class in Google, Microsoft Microsoft Team. So I hope you already joined. So make sure that everything that I post, I will let you know. Later this, we will form a group. Now I already form a group with all of your class rep. So after this, I will open the group and you all can join the group by the invitations of the class rep. Okay. So anything that we need to know or you need to know, you just can you can tell the class rep, and then class rep can refer to me. Okay, so I hope you understand all everything. In time to time, if got anything that I will let you know. Okay, I will let you know as always. And then if you need something that you need advice or what, you can also refer to your class tutorial rep. Okay, class tutorial lecture, for example, Safajer and also Semujibu. Okay, so that's all for now. So I'm going to see you next week for our first lecture. Will be on the first chapter. So thank you so much for your hearing. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.